Hi, and welcome back, Black Sheep. What's up? My name is Roshni. I'm a self-worth coach and tarot reader for Black Sheep and Cycle Breakers. And I wanted to get into a message today, a spiritual message. So as you see this, okay, as you see this, I'm going to be traveling, and I didn't want to leave you contentless, but I also felt a message kind of brewing. You will know this is for you if you feel it already in the vibe, but also something's different. And I feel like I keep wanting to say something's amiss and something's afoot. Also, if you're new here, I am a claircognizant channel, and I also have some cards next to me, but I often look all around me when I'm channeling because it helps me concentrate on like the messages that I'm getting. So if you see me like looking off, that's what's happening. But yeah, I keep wanting to say like something's amiss, something's afoot. The energy feels different and it feels ripe for things to come forward. It also feels like things are different and the same. You're doing the same things, and a lot of your life looks the same on the outside, but everything feels kind of different, and it's almost like this secret that you have with the universe. Also, sorry if you hear intense screaming outside. There's just kids playing out there. So I don't know if that's going to pick up on the mic or not, but anyways, yeah, it feels like a secret between you and the universe that you see all this changing. It's almost like you feel more seen by your guides than ever before. And you see opportunities and you see things coming forward, but it's not like you are expecting things to be perfect. You're not expecting everything to go the way that you want it to. And I feel like part of that is learning from past experiences of disappointment. You have been disappointed so many times, and you've gotten your hopes up so many times. And whether it was for a birthday party that no one showed up to, starting from when you were a kid all the way to adulthood, having goals or dreams or aspirations or things that you thought were working out not work out, or things that you thought would look one way and they end up looking the complete opposite. I'm seeing a floor slide out from someone, so it feels like literally the floor has like dropped from beneath you, and I'm almost getting that gut feeling of like when you drop on a roller coaster. And maybe there's a big pull here to your gut. Maybe you've been having some digestion issues, or just kind of like noticing that your body is reacting weirdly to some of the foods that you eat. And I feel like part of this is related. I don't want to say like gut health and like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be like a random health influencer. But there's something about the gut that feels important here, and like your relationship with that, and your relationship with intuition and trust and trusting your gut. And so maybe you've been feeling a call to certain foods or certain things that you think will make you feel better. I'm seeing salads, and I don't know, it feels like you're the type of person that normally wouldn't like those kinds of things, but they keep calling to you now more than ever. And it's not even out of like a random health goal. It's just like your body needs fresh food. Okay, those are just kind of different signs that are all coming through. I'm hearing it's different this time, and it feels like things really are changing in a way that maybe you didn't expect them to. And it feels like it's like I'm seeing someone take very careful steps, almost like you're walking on rocks across a river or something, and you don't know if one of them is going to topple over. You don't know how sturdy they are. So you're just kind of like testing every step. But the point is that you're moving forward. And so that's something that's related to this whole shift going on right now in your life. Is before, because of that hesitation and because of that tiptoeing energy, you might not have even taken the next step. You would just stay on the sturdy rock. Like once you found something that felt a little stable and sturdy, you would just stay there because you didn't think that something like that would happen again for you. But at the same time, you're standing on this rock that's sturdy and it's beneath you, but you're still in the middle of this river. You're still like, even if the water is lower than you, you're watching it go by. You're watching people go by, and it feels like you're like, all I wanted was stability and I have it now, but why does it feel like the world is still passing me by? And when I say stability, that could be just, a relationship, that could be financial stability, that could be a secure job, or that could just be something that like your life feels, it's been the same long enough that it feels stable, right? But you're also not completely fulfilled, or you haven't been in this place where you are. And so now what you've learned, especially over the last 1 or 2 years, I'm hearing, is how to continue tiptoeing across that river with slow but careful steps. And you might take a break, you might pause, you might need to eat a snack or something, but you're like still moving forward. And now this momentum is growing where you're like, you know what? I trust myself a little bit more. Like, I know I'm not going to slip. I trust this journey. And so many things have happened and gone awry. But every time you've picked yourself up, every time you've alchemized it, every time you've used that pain to turn into a lesson to help you grow, to help you learn. And so while it feels like you're isolated, like everyone else is on land and you're trying to cross this river and you feel isolated from a lot of the people around you, but you're also like going on this whole journey within yourself, and it feels like other people may not understand. Other people may be like, it's this way. Like, I'm seeing again there's this river going this way and you're on these steps going this way, and there's people on land over here and they're like, no, like the finish line is this way, you're supposed to go this way, you're supposed to go here. And you're like, no, I know that cutting across this river is the right thing for me. It's like taking the path less traveled, right? You know that the journey you've been on is the right one for you, but when you started it, you weren't sure. You had no idea where it was going to lead you. It looked different from everyone else. You felt like a failure most of the time, but you knew that there's something here for you. So you kind of kept going, but you also would second guess yourself so much. You would doubt so much. You would pull back on things so much. And eventually, like I said, that momentum would grow and you built trust in yourself, and the disappointment helped you build trust, and the mistakes helped you know more of what the right thing is for you. And you also learned discernment along the way. You learned, sorry, it feels like there's a hair on my lip or something. But you learned which stones were the right stones to put your weight on, which stones were the right ones that wouldn't flip over or fall. You're able to get a better recognition. And even if you can't write a textbook definition of which stone you should trust and which one you shouldn't, you have this internal navigation system built in. And part of that, again, connects to the intuition, to the gut, to trusting your gut and trusting yourself. And now, as this momentum is building, you're realizing, like, I cannot stay still anymore. It's not even so much that you have to absolutely run to get across this river. You're almost there. You can see it, but you also are starting to see that there's a path on the other side. And I'm seeing like dragonflies in this forest, and it's kind of like dusk time, and the light is shining through the trees, and the sun is setting, and it's beautiful. And so you're trusting in the journey ahead. Like, you know, there's still work to do. You know, there's still so much ahead of you, but it looks more beautiful, and you trust yourself, and you have a better relationship with yourself, and you don't feel so isolated anymore, because even when you're alone, you have this beautiful relationship with yourself that just feels so like nourishing and heartwarming. And I'm seeing like a giant bowl of warm curry, like after a long hike out in the cold, you know, like that feeling of like, oh my gosh, I'm safe, I'm warm, I'm defrosting, I'm nourishing my body, I feel so good. Like, that's what your relationship with yourself feels like. And it's almost like this hike that you made out in the cold is like the outside world, right? And no matter how cold and harsh and windy the outside world is, you have this nourishing bowl of soup, this nourishing curry with you that can help. And that's your relationship with yourself, right? It's always giving back to you. And yeah, that feels really, really nice. So you see this forest in front of you with these dragonflies and these trees and this shining light, and you're still at the end of, you know, going across this river. But what you see is that your biggest mistake is almost how long it took you to get across the river. And this isn't about like, oh, you couldn't make your goal happen in a year. Like, oh my God, what a loser. Like, it's not that. It's about your internal, what's the word? Like, likelihood. That's not the word I'm looking for, but let's just say that your likelihood to, want to hesitate, that's what's leaving behind. And so even when you know you have to be careful, or you have to be quiet, or you have to tiptoe through this path, you know that there's no way but forward. There's no way but forward. And that's the message that you are finally like latching onto and grounding into. And that's why it feels a lot less scary to keep going, because you know like that's what you're doing. There's no second guessing, there's no turning around, there's no looking back, there's nothing but forward movement. And that could be sometimes at a very slow pace, but it's still movement forward. And yeah, I feel like that is so much of this channeled message, is just bringing us here to this moment where you are not letting go. You're not letting go of who you're creating. You're not letting go of like the experiences ahead of you. And for the first time, you can actually wholeheartedly believe that you have yet to experience some great things and to meet some beautiful people. And like when I say experience some great things, it could even be like a slow evening walk with a new friend who you just feel so aligned with and who you love and who loves you back, and just taking a minute out of your busy, crazy week and schedule to like take a little walk in the park with them and catch up. It's like, but it's like that happening over and over and over again. Everywhere you go, you meet someone new that you would love to be friends with. Everywhere you go, you find a new opportunity that somehow connects to your goal. It's like these different side quests, but they all connect back to the main path. And you're seeing so much beauty in all of these things around you. And truly, like, yeah, you're seeing so much excitement. And when we go back to the introduction of this message, we were talking about the disappointment. We were talking about how the disappointment and the things not working out was so much more real to you and so much more true to you than things going well. And over time, even though I'm seeing 50-50. It's like for quite a bit of time, part of your journey across this river, it was like half good and half bad. You saw beautiful things, you experienced beautiful things, you had love for yourself. And at the same time, there were so many challenges that came up. There were so many steps in the unknown. There was just so much that you felt like you had no idea what you were doing. And so you were in between these two worlds where before it was almost like all disappointment, and then you started to see some good things, but life still felt so hard. And it's not to say that hard things won't happen, but again, this ability to trust yourself, this ability to trust your discernment, this ability to say no to something before you go too far down that path when you already saw the red flags, that's a piece of the puzzle too. And so it's not to say like, oh, life's going to be perfect and nothing is going to happen that's wrong, but it's just that you have a better ability to navigate that, a better ability to bounce back, and a better ability to see the signs so that you don't go that far down in the path of disappointment and hurt before you realize, oh, this might not be for me. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's any final cards. Most of this was a channeled message, but let's see if Spirit has anything that they want me to add to this message. Spirit, what can this collective expect? Ooh, I got the Six of Wands. What did I say about being seen by people around you? And also being seen by yourself, you know? What can this collective expect? Ooh. What can this collective... There we go. Whoa. Okay. We have our cards. The Two of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. The Five of Wands, and the Six of Wands. So we have all Pentacles and Wands cards, all minor arcana. What I'm seeing though with the Six of Wands and the King of Pentacles, like I'm hearing the kids are all right. It feels like, you know, the things that I'm seeing like people piling like snow cubes, right, to make an igloo. And it's like it starts out as just nothing, and then it becomes frozen water, and like this whole process, right? And slowly, like now you're actually starting to see this igloo take shape, and you're like, okay, like I can believe it now. Now I have enough of like a bite to chew on that I can actually believe that something bigger is here. And because of this relationship that you've developed with yourself, of allowing yourself to be seen and allowing yourself to be recognized by who you are. You've given yourself the ability, you've cleared out enough space for yourself to be born and for you to meet that version of you. And by you creating that and creating and nurturing this relationship, like I'm hearing a lot of inner child work, a lot of inner child parenting, a lot of self-parenting, discipline, boundaries, telling yourself like, you know what, like as much as I want another cup of coffee, like I know that what's best for me this week is getting better sleep. And if I have another cup right now, it's just like, I just need to like get through this or find something else that's going to be more supportive because I'm looking out for myself later on. And it's like a series of those little decisions that you have now been so seen by yourself. You've been so caring towards yourself, and that's what's allowing other people, that's what inspires other people so much about you, is how you care for yourself and how you show up in the world. And so that is going to be a part of your legacy and just how you continue to inspire people. With this Two of Pentacles, it seems like you're going to have to start making a lot more decisions, and that's why that hesitancy that I talked about at the beginning is not going to serve you. You really do need to, if you haven't already, start breaking up with that hesitation, because, and it's not that every decision has to be made like this, but at the same time, you can't wait forever. It's almost like if you're waiting to see if you should follow through with an event or a certain opportunity that you got, you do, like not being sure whether you want to say yes or no leaves that day on your calendar pending so that something better can't come along if you say no. Like if you say no to something, you can at least have your free time back or possibly get a better opportunity or something more aligned or something else that you should be doing that day. But if you're hesitating and you haven't responded back and you're waiting and you're not sure about the decision, then all of a sudden that day is on hold and you can't say yes to the next thing that comes along because you haven't said no to the first thing. And then if you say no to the first thing just to say yes to the second thing, then there's all these expectations on the second thing because you gave something up for it when you weren't sure. That kind of energy is what's coming through here. So getting better at making decisions or making decisions that matter, and also knowing that not every decision has to be perfect. Like you are allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to just try something out. Say yes to something just to see how it goes. Say no to something if it's beginning to overwhelm you. Know that you're still moving forward and every decision is not the end all be all. That kind of vibe. With the Five of Wands as well, this could bring up conflict with other people around you. There could just be conflict, whether it's related directly to the things that you're doing or your bigger purpose or not. And it's just important for you to maintain your integrity throughout the conflict and to look at the bigger picture. Who is it that you want to be? What was all the self-parenting for? What were all the boundaries and all the discipline and all the learning for? It's not to go back 1,000 steps and relearn these relational lessons that you've already learned. It's to move forward and to continue standing your ground and standing in your boundaries and being able to do that with grace, because again, you're in bigger arenas now. You can say no to things without burning every bridge, and sometimes it's still necessary to burn a bridge. This isn't about being taken advantage of. This isn't about, aligning with people who you don't align with. Like, it's not about forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do, but know that conflict is going to be like something that, I don't want to say like get used to it, because I don't mean it in this vicious way, but know that there's different parties who are all looking out for their best interests involved. And so not everything is going to be perfectly harmonious at all times, but also it doesn't have to be an all-out war. Knowing how to navigate conflict without escalating it is also really important. And it feels like that's what Spirit is trying to say here, is that you can expect some conflict in different areas, but you can navigate it with grace, and you can learn how to de-escalate it and ultimately stay in integrity and do what's best for you. You can also expect yourself to be making more decisions and to making better decisions, or decisions more quickly, and being more at peace with those decisions, even if they're not perfect or the right ones by whatever standard of measurement you're using. Expect to be seen by others as well as yourself. You've been seen by yourself, and now you're going to continue to do that, but other people are also going to recognize this light in you. And you're also going to be able to expect more financial wealth, more income, knowing which mistakes to avoid, knowing that you trust that this wealth is coming in and that you trust that it's building. So you don't have to run and spend everything as soon as you get it, because it's not a one-time thing. It's not like, oh my God, I got $100. Heck yeah. Like, what am I going to spend it on? Like, I'm going to treat myself. It's not that. And of course you can treat yourself and, do nice things for yourself, or do the things that are going to make life a little bit easier for you to do the things that you're supposed to be doing. But this is slow but steady accumulation that then is going to grow so much. I'm also hearing compound interest, right? So maybe investing is right for you, maybe getting a high yield savings account, like whatever those steps are, slow, steady, but trusting that it is going to continue to just grow and flourish, and that you are the kind of person who can genuinely wield this wealth for the best. So that's it for this reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can get one at blacksheepexperience.com. I'm sending you so much love, and remember that you are worthy whether you believe it or not. Bye.